Hello, and welcome to Beating Heart Disease. My name's Kevin Wells, and I am a heart disease survivor. I had a quadruple bypass about 1.5 years ago. Today we're going to talk about 3 easy things that you can do to prevent stress. Now, stress is probably one of the top 3 things that probably caused me to have a bypass. It's something that I was not able to handle before my bypass. Luckily, through heart rehab, I kind of learned how to manage it a lot better. And I guess just going through a life-threatening event kind of has a tendency of waking you up and making you realize, hey, maybe I should just kind of take it easy and not let things get to me quite as much as I used to. It is something that you have to practice. It is something that you can't do overnight, but it isn't that hard to do. It really isn't that hard to do. And we're going to talk about a few easy ways to kind of manage this. I just want to say up front, I'm not a doctor or mental practitioner or anything like that. I just do videos on things that helped me, on things that I found that have helped me. They may not help you. If you want to seek a doctor's advice, or if you don't feel comfortable doing this stuff, well, don't do it. But do your own research, make smart choices. But I'm not a doctor, and I'm not in any way attached to the medical field. All I know is what makes me feel good, and I'm going to share this, and maybe it can help some other people. So that's the whole idea of these videos. Anyway, let's talk about the 3 easy things that you can do to lower stress in your life. Well, first, let's talk about kind of where I learned, how to control my stress. It was in heart rehab. I did go through heart rehab. If you have had a bypass or any type of heart surgery, I would highly recommend the rehab. If you don't have insurance, it's still worth the money, in my opinion, especially the stress classes. If you can't go to the regular physical rehab, I would try to at least let them have them let you sit in on the classes at least, because the classes were more valuable to me than the physical part of it. But anyway, like one of the classes I was on stress, and that was one of the most beneficial classes, in my opinion, for helping me move forward in my life. And basically in heart rehab, we're going to get to the first thing of the number 3, pretty much was learned in heart rehab, and that was learning to live in the moment. They basically teach you that you are living by the heartbeat when you're a heart patient. This heartbeat is guaranteed, the next one is not. Like in AA, they teach you, live every day at a time, one day at a time. When you're a heart patient, it's one heartbeat at a time, and it's 1 second at a time, and it's 1 minute at a time. Because if your heart stops, you're done for. And this second, this heartbeat, this moment is what you have. There's no guarantees of the next heartbeat, the next moment, the next minute. So you kind of have to live in the moment. And a lot of times, one of the first things I did to help with my stress early on, I'd be going in driving in traffic, somebody cut me off, or something would happen, and before I'd blow up, for probably 10 minutes about this, but I learned to just kind of keep my eye on the road, but I kind of can see out of the side of my eye maybe a cloud up in the sky that looks a little bit odd, or maybe a tree on the side of the road that might anything that can get my mind back to this moment and not thinking about somebody that cut me off or anything like that. That really helped me focus on the moment. Now if you're at home, you can like, if you got a plant that you like, you kind of concentrate on a plant, or if you got a picture or something that you really, hold it up right. If you got a picture or something that you really like. Another thing is, if it's of nature, sorry about the glare in it, but if it's of nature, it's kind of it's kind of like you're outside, especially if you have one that's not quite as abstract as that. But if you got something that really looks like nature, it's really calming for you to stare at that and just kind of bring yourself back into the moment. Another thing that one person taught me, shortly after my bypass, I would almost tell everybody about it, like, hey, I had a bypass. Hey, I had a bypass, because it's kind of a big deal. So I'm sure people got tired of that or bored with it, but it's just something you kind of do. And a friend of mine, or a business acquaintance, he kind of said, well, what I do is I try to pretend like the stress is a duck's back, and you know how water just flows off a duck's back, and he'll envision that anytime something stressful happens. I thought that was a very insightful way to make stress go away. I thought that was a pretty good way to do it. But anyway, let's get to the number 2 thing. Number 2 is starting your day off right. And what I mean by that is, usually something happens. You'll be in your bathroom, the towel will fall off the rack, your rack on the wall, fall to the floor, or maybe you're opening up the medicine cabinet and something falls out, and then you got you just like oh dang it, why'd that happen? And you just can't. You just gotta like let it happen. Just let it. Just live with it. Don't make a big deal out of it, because once you start your day off that way, the rest of the day just kind of snowballs from there. So just try it, and you'll see what I mean about this. Is if you start your day out without being mad or being frustrated or being whatever emotion you get when something like that happens, your toothbrush falls off onto the floor, or there's always something in the morning. You're groggy, you're sleepy. You're not awake yet, so you're gonna drop things. Things are gonna fall on the floor, and just learn to live with that. That is part of living. Is waking up is part of living, and you're alive. So it's actually a good thing. It's a great thing. You're alive today. You woke up. You're tired. You dropped something, but hey, you're alive, and it's a great day to be alive. So that needs to be your attitude, not like, oh darn it, that happened, and now I'm going to keep dropping things throughout my day, and I'm going to keep, and that can happen. It can just snowball for you, or it just keeps building up. And so if you just stop it on that first thing that happens, trust me, you're going to be, your days are going to be a lot happier. And 3 is you can allow yourself to be mad. Now, I know I just said you could drop something, if you drop something, don't be mad about it and that kind of stuff, but one thing they teach you in heart rehab is if you have anger or strong emotion that lasts longer than 90 seconds, it's damaging on your heart. So, but you can have the anger up to 90 seconds. You just can't have it last longer than that. So, and basically you can be angry. You can be angry if something really bad happens. You can be angry, just as angry as you were before you had a bypass or any kind of type of heart surgery or anything procedure, or even if you're just trying to prevent heart disease and you want to not be stressed anymore. You can still get as angry as you did before, but you cannot let it control you, and you must find a way to flip the switch off where, okay, I can be angry for 30 seconds, or I can be angry for 10 seconds. I'm usually only angry for very short, maybe 5 seconds now. Sometimes maybe 10, and then I can just I know the point where I'm going to blow up, and just flip it off, and the anger just goes away. I'm not exactly sure how I got to that point, but I think allowing myself to have the anger that I had before has allowed me the ability to switch it off somehow. I get angry 20, 30 times a day sometimes, but I'm only angry for 10 seconds at a time. Maybe 5, 10 seconds at a time. Something will happen. I'll get angry for a moment, switch it off, and I'm done with it. And so that's kind of 3 things that you can kind of do to manage your anger. There's actually been studies shown, recent studies, that your mental state, the stress that you're in, or if you're happy and that kind of stuff, can actually determine how you digest foods and stuff. Like if you're happy and with friends and you're laughing and all kinds of stuff, this may be healthier for you eating this than when you're in a depressed mood and you're just depressed and you're angry and you're sad or whatever, and you eat this. Your body doesn't have the ability to, I guess, absorb the food correctly when you're not in the right state of mind. So there's new studies that show that eating this or McDonald's hamburger or something, if you're in the right state of mind, isn't really that bad for you. But you could eat stuff like this and be in a depressed state or an angry state or sad, and it be more damaging to you than a McDonald's hamburger that you ate when you were happy and that. I don't recommend you eat McDonald's hamburgers. I'd rather have you eating something like this, or or Cheetos. Wouldn't want you eating Cheetos or McDonald's hamburger. Preferably healthier stuff. But even if you eat healthier stuff, and you're in the wrong state of mind, you can make it so you don't digest it as well. Anyway, if you found this video to be informative, please subscribe. That way you can see some more of these and know when they come up. Click the like button, the thumbs up if you like these, if you find them informative. I'll be making another one soon. I usually try to do them at least once a week, but if I have new ideas for things to do, or if new things come up, new research, new diets, new studies, if I just run across something, I'm gonna make a video of it, and because we're trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this out, and I know people that have heart disease are trying to figure this out, especially if they have complications like I have. We don't want our children to have to experience this. We don't want our grandchildren to have to experience this. So if you know ways that people have reduced stress, please comment below. Or if you've reduced stress, found a way that really helps you reduce stress, please comment below, because these kind of things, if we can teach our children these kind of things before they let the stress damage their hearts, then we're making really good progress. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.